Hey, can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, we have a young lady named Cassie Joe on.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And she's going to be joining us. I sent you a quick message, said that another insurance person was going to join me. And
Okay.
the whole context of her joining is I think you know Eric Hamadi, even indirectly,
Yeah.
Costa.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
Cassie works with Eric,
Okay.
and Eric introduced me to Cassie.
I'm sorry,
And
by the way.
Right. I'm just flattered you called me young. Thank you. Very flattered.
hey, Costa's a good-looking young man as well. Okay,
Oh,
you guys are both babies in my book.
right.
Right? Yes. So I'm sure I'm older than both of you. I know I'm older than Costa.
Yeah, he
Not
knows that.
much,
Yeah.
not much, but
No, by a mile. By a mile.
in appearance only, my friend. Appearance
Yeah, yeah,
only.
right.
Yes. Um, and so Cassie, I spoke with her before, and she loves what I do for my clients. And she's like, she went dark on me, and then she texted me yesterday and says, Lewis, I've been avoiding you on purpose because I'm scared to do what you do for clients, and it seems so scary to me. And so, do you think you could let me talk to a client, and they should validate how scared I should be to helping business owners like this stuff? I got one for you. I'm actively working on it with through Ski and Eric Hamadi, and I'm scheduled to talk to him tomorrow. So perfect. If you could join us, I'll ask him permission if he could join us, and you could ask him a couple questions
Yeah,
to talk to a real client.
He's thinking that I've got the biggest sucker of all. It'll be easy. So, yeah.
Is that what it was? Surely not. Not Lewis. He wouldn't do that.
No, I know.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and I appreciate you. Whether you did or didn't know that you were going to be meeting a young lady that was probably going to ask a few questions, but if you don't mind, I'd love to, I guess, kind of pick your brain a little bit on the process for you, and I guess what's done for you. Just to more so, it's kind of like for me to gain some confidence, because I'm all about helping people. Like, I'm really passionate about if I can put somebody in a better position, I'm all about it. And when Lewis shared this with me, I'm not going to lie, at first I was like, okay, this kind of seems too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And then thinking of, if I don't have that conviction as the person who's going to be servicing the clients, it's going to be hard for me to go sit in front of one. Better yet, try to talk to them about it for them to believe me that I can really help them or better their position. And so that's where I'm coming from. And it's a complete place of fear, I'm not going to lie. So like for you, I guess whenever, who was it? Was it Chris? That came to you and maybe approached you? What was that like? And was it kind of one of those, okay, this sounds too good to be true? Or how did you know, or what was it for you that was convinced you like, man, this is real? And from there, it sounds like y'all have been doing this or in the process for about 2 months. Have you been able to see the benefit?
So with Chris, it's probably not, that situation is probably not a typical barometer for how this would go down, because Chris and I went to high school together. Chris and I have been best friends for 25 years. So it was pretty casual. I mean, he was sitting in my restaurant and eating a burger, and he's like, I got this thing I want to tell you about. And then he basically told me, and he was, it sounded like an insurance pitch, as he's talking. So I'm approaching with caution. I'm just listening. It's my buddy. He's talking. But then when he delivered, I can't remember, but when he delivered, okay, so he does the credit card transactions. And so he got into that. And so he piqued my interest, because I'm thinking, okay, because I know how much money that costs us a month, and it's literally in the thousands. So now he's got my interest when he says that. But then when he delivers, he can save you a ton on the credit card transactions, and it can be those, some of those funds, or some portion of those funds can be utilized to buy a insurance product that has a cash value at the end. Well, that was like, oh, really? Huh? That's badass.
Yeah.
So really, the two things that the triggers were this. I guess the key words are savings, and then I don't know if he called it a whole life product, or if he's said cash value at the end. So those were the two that got me. And so I don't think all my peers in this business would behave the same. They would probably be real skeptical, especially even with the credit card processing end of it, because we'll get pitches. Like actually, right after I signed with Lewis, I got 2 pitches in the next 3 days from different
Wow.
people. That's how often it happens.
Yeah.
So and Lewis, you've probably had some success with some people that I've referred you to, and then a couple people probably already booted you, I bet, but
No boot
just because they're
yet.
skeptical.
Yeah, not getting the boot yet. They're hard to get a hold of, but no one's giving me the boot
Oh,
yet. Costa.
okay. Well, that's good. I just didn't, because some people were just like, no, I don't want to talk to anybody, blah. But anyway, so did that answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's
So, I mean, to go through this whole process from the get-go, I mean, what was your involvement? Was it a lot of effort on your part? What did you have to do, and how did it play out? Right? Was it a simple process? Was it super complicated for you? How did it work?
It was super simple. I didn't do much work at all. I mean, there's some obligatory work that you got to do. I mean, there's some things you got to sign. There's some things you got to fill out because it's personal information, whatever. But in terms of the big picture, I would say that it's not that taxing at all, especially the cost benefit of it. I mean, you filled out. I mean, well, that one day. I mean, it's a little bit of a time commitment. I think the biggest thing was the applications, the actual applications. That day probably took a good hour. So when you're dealing with busy business owners, but we worked up to that. I mean, we kind of already, I guess you and I we already were pretty much logged in as we're doing a deal. So we worked up to that hour-long deal, but that was the longest one we had.
Yeah, and
Right?
that was well after we kind of built your case study, did your analysis, we did your processing, we went live at all your locations, and we were processing, and they're all, there weren't any kinks, but if there weren't any kinks, they were all worked through. And so then you'd had savings numbers. And so you knew at that point, you're like, okay, this all makes sense, and it's already worked for me, and it's already saved me all this money. So I get it. It's in black and white. It's all in writing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say Cassie. Is it Cassie Joe or Cassie? Or
I prefer Cassie Joe, but I'll go by Cassie.
well, I'll say Cassie Joe, but it is a long commitment. I mean, it's like you said, it's been 2 months. So if we try to do everything that we've been doing in a week or something, then it would be really, really taxing.
Sure.
But the fact that it was stretched out for so long, so if there's a mental commitment to doing it with a client, and the client's commitment is there over a 2-month period, it's not that taxing at all.
Sure. Sure. I appreciate you sharing that. You just mentioned the cost benefit of this. What does this cost you
Well, really, technically, it
versus
cost
the
me.
benefit you're getting?
I mean, it's costing me nothing.
What was that? I didn't hear that right, Costa. What did you say? There's no way. That's too good to be
Other
true.
than your, little bit of time that you've had to maybe pull reports, have conversations, fill out an application.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that, I mean, so the products it's being paid for by the savings that Lewis is giving us, and a portion of the savings, because we wanted, we're still, I mean, I know Lewis now, I like Lewis, but we still, it's a prudent business practice for us is not to commit all of the savings towards buying something new. I mean, we want to have a little cushion there. We want, who knows if things will change or whatever. So we're assigning a portion of those savings towards Lewis's products. So, but at the end of the day, it's not costing us a dime, in so much that that's money that we're pissing away elsewhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
So, if you don't mind me asking, the savings that you're getting, do you mind sharing how much that is per month or on a yearly basis? What savings that looks like?
So we've not established enough of a record yet to have an exact number, but we theorize after we add in one of the restaurants is pending, and then we're opening a new concept. So we're in the realm. We'll just call it the realm of between $34,000 and $42,000 a year between all the concepts. And conversely, right now, what we've committed to buying from Lewis is about $18,000 a year worth of insurance. So we're netting, around the $20,000 range in savings and buying something from Lewis. And I should say that 2 of the products that we're buying from Lewis are term products that are actually replacing term products that we're already
Pretty
buying.
happy.
Yeah, so we're going to cancel those when everything gets issued. So really, that's a bit of a wash. So we're probably netting a little bit more. So
Man,
yeah.
literally, because now you're not going to be making a payment.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, we'll be making the payment to the other carrier, but it was a payment we were making anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, so far so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I think having this conversation is literally making me see that I really have nothing to fear other than my fear should be, hey, who are you not helping by not sharing?
Yeah, I think so. You know, different people are different. I would consider myself a very reasonable person and an open-minded person. I'm maybe other customers that Lewis have come across maybe a little more difficult than I am, but there's always a little bit of skepticism on the front end. But right now, we're very, very happy.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's awesome. Sounds like Chris got really lucky and made a good buddy for some years ago.
oh yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, we've been friends for a long time. So.
Awesome. Awesome.
So a couple quick questions, Costa, before we let Cassie Joe go, because you and I got a couple things to talk about.
Okay.
So should Cassie be scared talking to people about this?
No,
Okay.
no. I mean, I don't see why. I don't know how. I mean, unless somebody's closed-minded, and then you probably don't want to deal with them anyway.
Sure.
You know.
Okay.
How would you? Well, I'll ask after he's done. One
Yeah,
last
I mean,
question.
look, it's okay. So, I mean, and is this kind of an authentic give, Costa? I mean, I never asked you for money. I never hit you up for money, right? Is this this is nothing but upside, no risk value for you? Is that a true statement?
That's an absolute true statement to date. I proceed with caution with you because you're some kind of character, but no, I'm joking. I mean, everything has been up and up, and it hasn't cost us anything but time, and we're happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a last question, Cassie?
I did, and now I lost it.
Oh,
Well, I guess this is another one that I was asked, like the savings that you've been able, that y'all know that, you're accounting for right now, plus the policy you're able to put in place, like what does that mean to your family?
Well, I mean, clearly it's the savings is money in our pocket, or at least it's in the business's pocket. So that takes a little stress off the cash flow of the business. And then as far as like the effect on my family, I mean, that's going to have a ripple effect as in so much that it's going to give us a little layer of protection. I'm obviously probably the highest risk out of the whole family. Everybody's younger than me. I'm the earner in the family, and I'm out there working, and I'm at at risk. So I mean, there's some security there that it's offering them. I'm not going to say that I'm not replaceable in the business, but I'm very, very, very hard to replace. So if something did happen, there's some insulation for my family. So it's good.
That's awesome. Well, thank you again. I really appreciate the time and just letting me pick your brain.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
No problem.
Thank you. Lewis, thank you too. I appreciate it.
all right. You're
Help
welcome.
talk and do whatever y'all need to do.
You got. I'll circle back with you, Cassie Joe, and thanks again for accommodating me here, Costa. I appreciate the favor.
Oh yeah, no problem.
All
Anytime.
right, thanks, my friend.
Have a good afternoon.
I'll kick you out of the meeting here, Cassie Joe. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.